think about my life, I wonder if I will survive to live to see 25, or will I just fall? I call my friends, they just keep... Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, Shiro, Donald Trump, everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I just got tagged in a thing from Patsy Weber saying, why is it so difficult to contact support? The only way seems to be publicly complain. Whoever thinks of self-help articles is what anyone wants should be fired. What's the issue? Let's see if we can get it resolved. And let's get that bread, because yeah, I don't know what's going on with the VeVe app. Was working for me fine before. Let's see if there's an update here. And there is not. So that's fine. So I was reading a comic that they had done, and we'll get to that later. We'll get to that. Not bad. What did I title this thing? VeVe gets more violent comics, which is great. Okay, cool beans. I guess before we go over anything, we'll take a look at the market did today. So a lot of people are concerned that, hey, what happened yesterday was just a dead cat bounce, and we're actually going lower because of all the stuff that's going on today. Let's take a look at it. What has happened today that would make things go lower? Well, the EU has paused counter tariffs against the US for 90 days. That's actually something pretty positive. Then you've had White House economic advisor Hassett says bond market may have contributed to tariff decision, but did not cause the panic. Okay, cool. Whale bought honestly, there's a lot of reasons to be bullish today. Whale bought 1,800 Bitcoin worth 147 million on Binance today. U.S. inflation falls to 2.4%, lower than expectations. Bitcoin bounced with a double bottom. This indicates Bitcoin is ready to check major resistance. Support was at 81,000 before it went to 79. Let's see what else here. Donald J. Trump posting on Truth Social saying inflation is down. Amazon does expect their prices to raise a little bit, but again, I don't really see anything crazy that would make me think that, oh no, it's going to be a bad time. Canada agrees to drop tariffs tomorrow if President Trump agrees to do the same. China and European Union agree to start negotiations to abolish EU tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. So again, I don't really see anything. The only thing I could say would be Trump going off and saying, I haven't seen today's stock market drop. It's like, okay, well, if you don't look at it, then you know that's why. I think the Dow was down like 2,000 points. He did say that the first tariff deal is very close. Now, I'm not saying that we should all be ready to go, celebrate for like a 10-day up period, especially after a historic day like yesterday. I don't expect to go up forever. Definitely expected a pullback. It was one heck of a pullback, though. Big pullback. And again, a lot of people are saying, okay, was that just a dead cat bounce? Have we actually bottomed? I think that when you have that historic meteoric rise that we had yesterday, probably going to be fine. But again, that's for stocks. I'm not 100% sure if crypto's going to do. There's a lot of mass manipulation. They could try to push it back down, but again, there's a lot of people buying. That being said, Bitcoin's down about 4% today to 79.5. Ethereum's down 9% to 1520-ish. XRP down 4%. BNB is actually pretty flat. Solana down 5%. Dogecoin down 4%. Tron down 1%. That's pretty flat. Cardano down 4%. Lido Stake down 8.7%. And let's see how this affects the rest of the market here. We are going to do two things today. We are going to have a VeVe giveaway, and we're going to show you the Shiro stuff as well, how you can get some free Shiro. We'll show y'all. Let's take a look at OMI first. OMI down about 5% on the day to 00020. So it is right at that level where it's like, hey, I know we went to 00019 yesterday, but we're knocking on the door for the 00019s again. We're at 0002004, so it's pretty close there. Let's see the volume that we have over here and see if that's anything out of the order. 1.7 million, so really not a ton, but also Again, we've gone almost 2 months now of consistent volume over 1 million. This is one of the things that I'll probably be able to get on the DEVVE exchange pretty easily. Has decent volume. Again, has massive utility, at least more utility than 99.9% of other tokens out there, and good community, good hodlers. The only thing that we really need to turn around is really just sentiment, and that'll happen on its own, regardless of what Ben and David and Dan do. Again, I just need one thing to turn around, and that's it. I don't know how they get that. You can make the argument that, okay, well, last time, people bought into VeVe because they focused on the token. People bought into the token, then they got into VeVe. Yeah, and I'm sure Ben knows that, and I'm sure that's one of his options, saying, yeah, we're definitely going to focus on the token, but Ben is CEO of VeVe and not a Comey, so he's probably going to let David handle that, David and company. So we'll see where that goes. But for this OMI, I post again multiple times a day. I'll go in and I'll scroll Twitter or I'll scroll X. I'll be like, okay, what's people saying? And every now and then, usually not on the people I'm following, but on like the For You page, I'll have people saying like, what's the next 50x or 100x, or who's got the best community? Now, granted, OMI's not the only one that I post about, but in every post that I do, oh, hey, have you checked out OMI? Sometimes I'll even tag VeVe or Comey in that comment. If everyone did that, I feel like there'd be a little more eyes on the project. Anyway, that's OMI. Let's take a look at DEVVE here and see how that did. Held up not horribly. 1.6 down 1.6% on the day. The high was 74 cents. The low is 66 cents. And the volume 693. So again, there's really not a ton of volume here. That when it did like 25% the other day, they did it off of less than 2 million in volume. So it's like a third of the amount of volume that VeVe has. Maybe like 30%, 28% of the volume that VeVe has. I'm sorry, OMI. But yeah, this is already, so this is number 544. I think a Comey is lower than that. A Comey's 584. And DEVVE is 544. So DEVVE is beating it a little bit, but DEVVE is pretty volatile. OMI is generally not that volatile, at least not the last few weeks or last month or so. It's just kind of been mostly trading sideways and down, obviously, but mostly sideways. Where DEVVE is like that Katy Perry song is hot in your cold, your yes and your no, you're in your. Sorry, I freaking love that song. Dude, prime Katy Perry in like early 2010s. Oh my God, chef's kiss. She was the songs were immaculate. They were amazing. Anyway, this right here, I don't want to say DEVVE's easy to trade, but looking back on it over the last several months, there's some pretty big peaks over there. Now you're getting to that spot where maybe it can go down a little bit, push down to 60 cents again, which it did a couple of times today, like down to about 66 cents. But that's something that, and I've seen the wicks. We did wick down to about 60, but we got bought up like within that hour candle. So it actually closed at around 65, 66, but we did wick down there. There seems to be a bit of buy orders on there. There seems to be a bit of sell orders on, let's see where we're at. Let's go to the CoinGecko and take a look at it. We are at 70.5 cents right now. Yeah, there seems to be some sell orders over at 80 cents up there. Every time it reaches up there, it always comes back down. And then there's some like buy orders at like the 65 cent level, because every time it goes there, it wicks back up. But I could have sworn, maybe if I go on like the 15-minute chart, that it went down to 60. It did, but it did like yesterday that it went down to like 60. Obviously, if you take a look on the hour chart, I think those. Oh no, they're on the hour chart as well. Hold on, yeah, that was definitely yesterday, where they wicked down to 60. So there was a lot of buy pressure at the 60-cent mark, and then again a bit of sell pressure at the 80-cent mark. So you could just trade all day in there. Obviously now we went down to 65. We only went down there. We only went up to 75. So it's much less margin, much less chance to be able to trade successfully over there. But people do it. I'm not one of those people. I've only bought. I've never sold. Same thing with OMI. Same thing with Definity. Speedwood. We'll get to Definity in a second, but guys, if you want to go in and trade crypto, not on a MetaMask, not on like a Coinbase wallet, but like, because you have additional fees for those particular ones, where on exchanges there tend to be less fees. Oh God, what is this? Okay, no, we're good. Trade on an exchange without giving up custody of your crypto. Definitely one of the most innovative things that I've seen. No other exchange has this. I don't think any other exchange will have this unless they license out their patents to other exchanges. And honestly, unless when more regulations are passed, unless these crypto exchanges want to give regulators like access to like their data, I think a lot of these exchanges go down because of the fact that they're not going to be regulatory compliant with a lot of the new regulations, whatever those are. Not sure, but DEVVE is 100% regulatory compliant, all aspects. And again, and I don't want to say like proof of reserves don't matter, because of course they do. But again, if the DEVVE exchange were to ever go down, they don't custody your crypto, so you're fine. It for the end user, it doesn't matter if DEVVE goes down or not, because you custody your own crypto. But that being said, oh my God, the bullishness on this is incredible. If you want to sign up, there is a link down below. My link, you can go over there, get yourself a referral code. Once you do, you sign up someone, you get 35% of their trading fees. They sign up someone, you get 15% of their trading fees. You don't even have to know the person. They could sign up someone, you get 10% of their trading fees. 3 people removed. It's absolutely nuts. And this is one of the ways that you can build a lot of wealth. I'm sure I could do it on OKX. I'm sure I could do it on all these other places, but you know, I don't know the owners of OKX. I don't know the founders. I don't know the and I'm just using them as an example. You know, I don't know the inner workings and what they have on their balance sheet and what's going on with the team, but I know that for DEVVE. That's why I'm super confident on it. So by all means, link down below. It would be really great if y'all did that. That'd be super fun. Let's get to, well, all right, we did OMI, we did DEVVE. Let's do Definity here real quick. And this is something that I want to go over for multiple reasons, because there's some numbers that aren't public here. So they're down about 6% on the day to about 2 cents. They have a $3.2 million market cap. This is so stupid. What I wanted to go over, where's the Ripple thing? Oh, it's not here. Okay, I'll have to find it. If anyone, I went over it the other day, but I went over it in like a kind of just a passing, like, oh, hey, Ripple did this. So I'll go over and read the entire article right now. It's from Reuters. I assume multiple places have covered it, saying crypto firm Ripple to buy prime broker Hidden Road for 1.25 billion. This was 3 days ago. Ripple said on Tuesday it will buy multi-asset prime broker Hidden Road in a $1.25 billion deal, making it one of the largest acquisitions by the crypto company. This is the second $1 billion plus deal involving a crypto company this year, as digital assets such as Bitcoin gain more prominence under President Donald Trump, who has promised to be the crypto president. The U.S. market is effectively open for the first time due to regulatory overhang of the former SEC coming to an end, and the market is maturing to address the needs of traditional finance. This is what Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said. Prime brokers help in the day-to-day operations of clearing securities, lending, leverage trade execution, among others. Now, large hedge funds and institutions investors usually avail these services. Hidden Road clears about $3 trillion annually across markets with over 300 institutional clients. The deal will allow the Hidden Road to expand exponentially using Ripple's balance sheet and become the largest non-bank prime broker globally, crypto company said. Ripple will also become the only crypto company to own and operate a global multi-asset prime broker due to the deal, which is expected to close in the coming months. Now, I want how much? Okay, Yeah, the acquisition also enhances Ripple's utility as Hidden Road, uses the stablecoin as collateral across its prime brokerage products. But what I want to focus on is the Hidden Road clears $3 trillion annually across markets with over 300 institutional clients. What are the margins on that? I'm very curious to see that, because like there's no way that they're doing like, like $1 billion a year. Because if they were, then they wouldn't be bought for 1.25 billion. They'd be bought for like tens, if not 100 billion. But if they're doing, like, how does this make sense? Okay, well, if they were doing 100 million a year, 1.25 billion, okay, about 12x earnings. What if they were doing, and that's at, what would I say, that would be at 100 million a year, right? If you want to do, let's say 20x, because that's what a lot of people do, they say, okay, well, we'll give you 20x earnings, and that's what your company's worth. And it's 1.25 billion. So all we have to do is 1.25 billion divided by 20. So if they were doing 62.5 million a year, that's what they would get. 1.25 billion. Now Definity, right now, let's say it's 1/20th of that. Let's say they're doing 3 million a year. They're doing more, but let's say it's 3 million, right? Quarter million per month. At 3 million, if they were to get that 20x valuation, that's $60 million. And the token right now is $3.2 million market cap. Okay, so that has a lot to go. But then Manu said the other day that they expect to be doing $1 million a month added to their P&L by summer. Okay, let's say they fall a little bit short of that and they do 750,000. And then you take a look, okay, so it's 7.5 million plus another 1.5, for the ads. So that's about 9 million per year. You do it 20, that's $180 million market cap. And again, they have $3.1 million market cap. And I think by the end of the year, this is why I have no issue with them being able to do like a couple 100x, because of what they're going to be doing, because of what they're valued. And again, that is if these guys were doing $62,500,000 a year, that they would have a $1.25 billion market cap. We don't know what they were actually, like netting. Now, obviously, 3 trillion in volume's a lot. But again, a lot of these margins are razor thin, like Kate Moss on a juice diet, thin. So I'm very curious at what type of value, about what type of multiple they sold for, because we're just doing 20x. What if it was a 30x? What if it was a 50x? Like, we have no idea. So this is why I get really curious to go over these numbers and see what Definity and the DMA link would be worth, and then dial that back and revert and say, like, okay, well, what should their market cap be? I think for the volume, for the money that they're doing, adding to their P&L each month, right now they should be about 20x. But based on where their volume will be, even just mid-year, not even talking about the end of the year, I don't know. You give it another multiple of that. I would say 80 to X amount of 100x from here. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, just because Manu says that they could be doing $1 million a month, and again, I'm conservatively saying, like, okay, maybe they'll be doing 750,000 a month. Yeah, who knows? We shall see. That's why I continue to stack. I'll get a bit more. I'll get a bit more later this month. Moving on here. Let's go to daCAT. Yeah, and then I'll talk to y'all about the Shiro stuff, because there's some Shiro giveaways as well. So let's do daCAT. daCAT, we're gonna have to do something like that for daCAT as well. Get that volume up, because there's, God, it's $195 in volume today. So there's a pretty low amount of volume on daCAT, down about 7.6% on the day to 443,000. This is one that I will just absolutely absorb, like mega drain 5 to 10% of that supply later this year, assuming it stays down, which I hope it does. But again, that's me. I am pretty close. I'm probably, I will finish that second comic book. I'll finish writing it by the end of the month, and I'll immediately start on the 3rd. Like I said, there's no shortage of comic books ideas that I have. Most of this is just going to be one continuous story. However, eventually it's going to be like, okay, you know, how much bigger can we get? And then we'll just do side stories. We'll do whatever, but it's going to be a pretty solid run. And then again, the story, like some of the stories are just they're so good. The story's good, but some of the stories are going to be really funny. I can't wait. Obviously, there's a certain way you have to do it in the that you'll have to do it in comic. It can't be like book form. It can't be green text, although those would be awesome. Yeah. Anywho, let's go to Shiro and see what they're doing. So Shiro, they're down about 7.2% as well. However, they have $2.5 million in volume today. Pretty good volume. Pretty good volume. This is, again, the volume that they're doing is good, and the market cap 11 million, 10.9 million, so pretty much 11 million. Really like what they're doing here. What's up, Space Scooter? Damn, VeVe. So what they're doing here is, if you, I don't even know where to get the freaking form. I have to call them, or I have to, oh shoot. Oh God, I have to. Can someone send me the link? People need to fill out for the 100 for 50. Basically what this is if you fill out this link and you buy $100 worth of Shiro, they'll like give you an extra $50. Let me see if I have it. I think I have a screenshot here. Yeah, it's called Build the Green Wall. And Shiro Green Wall incentive for every $100 buy is a $50 bonus. And you post meme, win airdrops, loyalty pays, smash that buy button, buy, hype, earn, repeat. Pretty heckin' awesome. I think they just, okay, never mind, wrong one. Okay, well, you get me the right link there, Jesse Jarvis. I break stuff, says, let's freaking go. Let's get that bread. I love this game. Thank you all for joining before. I was with Jenny Rogers this morning, and that was a fun interview because she is so pure and too good for this world. She doesn't curse. She even said, like, oh, that girl is bad. She is bad A. Like, she didn't even curse. She even says darn. I freaking love her so much. Again, too pure for this world. I don't think I can have her on the podcast again, or else I'm going to corrupt her. Go. She's Queen One Crypto over on X. Actually, let me make sure if I got this right. Yeah, she's Queen One. She's working for her back. She's on a space right now. What space is she on? Called the Shibarium Conflict Resolution Space. All are welcome. Oh, she's co-hosting that shit. Yeah, she's getting that bread. Like I said, love her. And I'm really waiting to see what this is. Is this the right one? And then I'll go and comment it. I sent link via check DM. Okay, 5 rings. I will. Oh God, where are you? Where are you? 5 rings. Did you send it? I don't see it. I don't see it. 5 rings. I probably should have got this done beforehand. Anyway, let's do Bill Gardner saying Ohio just opened up on Earth 2. Just glad the plot on Cedar Point. Yeah, build those roller coasters, mother flapper. And Put-in Bay, now downtown Cleveland. Ooh. That's so awesome. Love that. I'm drinking. Don't listen to me. I freaking love this guy. Oh, okay. Hang on. Where the heck is the link? All right. So, hey, Shiro fam, this one's for you. The absolute best community who keeps those green candles popping. The Green Wall Rewards Program is here to slap some serious rewards in your hands for jumping in and helping us create a green wall. You're not just buying, you're building a damn fortress. and we're stacking you with extra Shiro for holding it down like bosses. The start date is Wednesday, April 9th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that was yesterday. Buckle up, it's launch time. End date is Thursday, April 16th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One crazy action-packed week. We're going full blast for 7 days or until we unleash $200,000 in Shiro rewards. How it works is you earn a Shiro bonus for every buy. You slam down $100 on Shiro, and we're throwing an extra $50 your way after you hold for 2 weeks. Boom. No limits. Buy as many times as you want. The bigger the stack, the fatter the rewards. Every buy of $100 or more on Uniswap or decentralized exchange qualifies for a bonus. The more buys, the more rewards. Holding requirement, if you want that $50 bonus per $100 buy, just chill with it for 2 weeks. No selling, just pure grit. Then bam, your wallet's getting hit with those rewards like a cash cannon. Every buy over $100, rewards 50. Community engagement, bonus get loud fam. Post your buys, hype the green wall, crank out some killer memes or tweets. You could score some epic surprise drops. We're tossing random airdrops and bonus Shiro to the crew, bringing the most fire. Let's make some noise. Additional incentives, consistent buy rewards. Keep that buy button smashed all week, and maybe we will up your bags with some sweet multipliers. Loyal, you're getting paid. Social media hype bonus. Light up socials with Shiro memes. Share videos. Use hashtags Greenwall Shiro. And whatever you can think of, and if you're blowing it up with real interaction and we notice, extra Shiros are yours. Let's dominate the cycle and truly make it the year of the cat. Year of the cat. Okay. Link. Yeah. Link to form for people to fill out. I'm gonna miss the meow. Okay. Ginferno, what's going on? Saying howdy. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, you too, Sam. You too, fan. Meow. All right, let's continue to get this bread. Where were we here? Okay, so I did all that. Let's go to the news from I think yesterday. I missed the last few yesterday. Let's see here. Goldman Sachs rescinds the recession prediction after Trump's tariff pause. That makes sense. Tesla rose 20% yesterday. Trump says China wants to make a deal, and they're in the process of figuring it out. So that does make me seem pretty confident about what's to come. U.S. Treasury Secretary Besant. Okay, hold on. Let me. What are you saying on the samurai? I'm for this. They have for the Shiro. Oh my God, I can't spell. Holy crap! Green wall. Okay. U.S. Secretary Besant says many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. They did. Shout out for Rudy, aka Namecoast, getting that Wolverine number 1974. That is just boss. SEC approves options on spot Ethereum ETFs. Donald Trump says no other president would have done what I did. Somebody had to do it. It had to stop because it's not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off trade with the United States. Now I've reversed it. The first time in history, the Dow Jones gained over 3,000 points in a single day yesterday. Was nuts. Trump standing firm on global trade imbalances and will sign the greatest deals in history, says Secretary Letnick. I went over the Alia research. Okay, $1 trillion U.S. stocks are pumping meme coins. That was yesterday. You had another billion minted at Tether Treasury on Tron. They're going to buy the shiz out of Bitcoin. Foster Hill saying the testing continues to progress on the new UI and UX in the Stacker World Marketplace, and buying and selling of VeVe Official using OMI has never been easier or more enjoyable. Community challenge. List one eligible comic and or collectible on Stacker World for 2,000 to 5,000 OMI to familiarize yourself with the market and test the listing process. Pick an item that trades for $1 to $2 on VeVe. Don't use something expensive. Buy one listing from the marketplace in the 2,000 to 5,000 OMI range and relist the item for the same amount that you purchased it for to test the buying process that allows the previous user to buy their item back if they wish. Who this? Inferno says, do we know why we can't buy NFT versions of some of the comics, such as DuckTales, issue number 2? We could, but nothing. Hold on. Is that even out yet? I thought that was. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Let's take a look here, Ginferno. All right, so that's got to be on VeVe Comics, right? Because I am not seeing the. I'm not seeing it on the VeVe site. So let's go to VeVe Comics here real quick. Fudgesicles. All right, VeVe Comics. Going on. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Oh, there's not a form for the green wall. Okay, cool. So actually, you don't need to fill out a form. So people just buy, and then they get their rewards in 2 weeks. That is freaking dope. I don't know how they keep track of that. Let's see what we have here. You said DuckTales? All right, let's go to DuckTales. I could have sworn they were advertising that as well. Issue number 2. So December 2024. I don't see any recently, but DuckTales number 2, okay, December 2024. The DuckTales number 2, and it says you can buy them, so it says they're there, limited edition comic, which is the NFT. So yeah, I don't see, unless there's another DuckTales issue number 2, and if there is, I don't see it. Hey, let's keep on going. VeVe Zombie saying, "Yo, how's it going, Zombie? I hope you're doing well. Let's get that bread. Let's do Omar Casada saying, good evening, good evening. I think so. They're probably doing Google Link after 2 weeks. Okay, sweet. So yeah, right now, just go in and buy the Shiro, and in 2 weeks you'll get an extra $50 as long as you hold. That's really awesome that Shiro's doing that. Those guys are my bays. I love them. Oh yeah, no max. So my original goal was to get 100 people to sign up for the DEVVE exchange. I've only gotten 18 so far. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really under my goal here. Maybe when the exchange actually opens up and crypto starts pumping, I'll probably get a lot more. But as of right now, yeah, pretty small here. What's up, Gardner? How's it going? Pink Panthers has got a bag of Immutable X. The price is right. Price is right. Let's see. Oh God. Before I get to see where the price of Immutable X is, I'm going to go and I'm going to. Oh yeah, VeVe's got violent comics here. I want to ask everyone to smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon special, super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Yeah. And then we'll take a look at the price of Immutable X. We in Immutable X. Been here since May. Now we in September. Oh geez, who remember? What the heck are they? Are they even in the top 100 anymore? Maybe I passed them. I definitely passed them. There's no way they're this low. Okay, yeah, I passed them. Let's search Immutable X, and number 106. They are not in the top 100 anymore. Again, gaming is pretty out of the narrative right now. NFTs are pretty out of the narrative. Still a $700 million market cap though, and still 41 million in trading volume. So it is pretty high. That 41 million, let's see where most of that's coming from. You got 5 million in BTCC. You got 1.9, 1.3, 2.1, 3.7, 3, almost 3.7 on Binance. So yeah, there's still there are still people that are buying it pretty heavily. Again, 41 million in volume, but yeah, this is a wicked low. This is what, 38 cents. This hasn't been this low, I think, in ever. Immutable X has never been this low. It was really close on December 29, 2022 at 39 cents. And then it just never hit that again. It never hit that again up until today, where it was 38 cents at one point. So this is a really, really, really big support line. If it goes lower than 38 cents, I don't know, because that was legit a low that it had bounced off of a few years ago. So now, we're not sure. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, and again, after yesterday's like behemoth of an uptick, I think we had bottomed a few days ago. But again, 7 days ago. Oh yeah, actually, this went down to 35 cents. So that might have very well been the bottom for Immutable X. I mean, and maybe not. Maybe that if we have a couple more bad days like this, it went from 42 cents the other day to about 39 cents now. Do this a couple more times, and then yeah, you're back down to the lows of 34, 33 cents. So we'll see. I don't know. And even when the market bounces back, Immutable X was like number 30 for a minute. Now it's number 106. Other stuff be moving in. When that narrative comes back, they'll do really, really well. I've met the founders before, and they have money. They know what they're doing. What's up, Air? Hey, Randy. Are you on a diet? You are looking quite healthy recently. Good to see, as you'll need good health to enjoy all the dollars you'll make from these projects you're into. Yeah, definitely eating less. I even have a protein shake right here. Oh, I did not shake this nearly well enough. So yeah, I got a. This is really thick. Probably should have added more water. Just eating less. I mean, a little bit better. Again, my back is broken, so unfortunately, the hard training that I used to do is really no longer possible. I can still pull up, but again, I'll never get back to where I was in like 2019, 2020, 2017. Like I'll never get back to like peak Chavez. Now that doesn't say I can't look decent, but unfortunately, we'll just never get back there. But we'll see. Ginferno says issue 2 they released first, and we could. I think they released 3, then 1, but they're only the cheaper readable version. Zootopia's like that too. I think I heard about that for Zootopia, but okay, so you're talking about the third? All right, hang on. All right, issue number 3, I'm guessing, right? Number 3. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's strange. Why only so I think I do have an idea as why. I think they might have to hit a threshold of okay, you have to sell a certain amount of comics. Is it Chaos? I'm trying to think of today. I don't know what today's comic was. No, it's okay. Go to my collection here. Okay, Hack and Slash. Okay, so let me type in hack. We'll get to today's comic or yesterday's comic. So, and I guess that'll bring us to VeVe gets more violent comics. Hack and Slash versus Chaos number 1. It sold 17 copies, including the one that I bought, and it is pretty violent. Like it is like that's not even like one of the worst. So first things first, dude just gets like ripped and pasted, right? And then there's this one dude that is talking about like YouTube. He's just like, is this the YouTubes? You like to see me coming out? You like to see things coming out of packages? Just like kind of making fun of the people that do package openings. And then he goes on and say, tubers of you. She is slayer of monsters, smasher of zombies, and hunter of vampires. So again, just really, really violent. And I'm really getting mixed messages with David being like, hey, just no, like quote cursing and the racism, and like they are legit. They are, what was that dude's name? Glenn. They're Glenning people out here from Walking Dead. They just be, and I'm not gonna lie, she kind of bad. She kind of She kind of bad. She's like a skinny version of Rhea Ripley. Not that Rhea Ripley's fat. She's yoked. This girl ain't yoked. She might do some workouts, but not. Yeah, they got people at knife point. They got like, there's some consequences here. Like this dude just completely cut open like this other dude's artery. I don't like lie. It's pretty boss. And the comic is, I haven't read the whole thing yet because never judge a book by its cover. But there was like a Doom comic like a few weeks ago came out, and the first half was like okay, and then the second half was so freaking awesome. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And this comic is like okay so far. She's got a little bit of Xena in her on this page. Do y'all remember that show? Like, oh god, what was her name? Xena, Warrior Princess. What the heck was her name? Lucy Lawless. Striking, beautiful woman. Oh my god, they need to remake that series with Rhea Ripley, or Megan Fox is too old now, but oh my god, it was just so good. Yeah, the VeVe going over and giving the green light to this. I was surprised they did Happy Tree Friends. This is not the only, like, there was in one of the Evermind comics, it's like the first or second comic, there is some jaw-dropping scenes in both of those comics, in the first two. I don't think I've read the third one yet. It was like, when you look at Carl Choi and you talk to him, he's just like a normal dude. And you would never think that some of the things that are in these comics like come from like his mind, that he approves and edits, and it's like, yeah, this is fine, this is cool. And it's like, oh my god, dude, what happened to y'all's writers as like children? This is Jesus, man. So yeah, I want to check out the Zootopia one. I'll do that here real quick. Let's do the, because that was one of the ones that I wanted to read, and I remember not being able to buy it, and I was salty about it. Yeah, Zootopia #1, I think it was the same thing. Yeah, you're only able to get the digital. So my theory was that maybe for DuckTales, they weren't letting you buy the NFT version because they just didn't get enough sales in #1 or 2, whichever the ones that came out first. And I'm guessing that might be the case for Hack and Slash vs. Chaos #2, because the first one only sold 17 comics. And that's not a lot. 8 times 17, so it's $136. That ain't a lot. But again, that's just the NFT version. There's probably people that are buying the digital only version, and I wish we knew how much it was. I am ripping my hair out because I just don't know how to value. Oh god, it would be so much easier if I knew how to value the. Do I have to buy into the company to like learn this stuff? I'll do it. I'll do it later this year. I don't think they'd let me. I'm pretty sure the board would be like, no, Chavez, you can't. I'd have to buy. Maybe I could buy somebody else's. I could. Yeah, I could. There's definitely a couple people I could buy from. Anywho, yeah, I don't know why. Like Zootopia, I feel like this would do well. Like that was a great movie. What a meme! It was very memeable. There was that one dude that legit that got banned from Disney because of his obsession with the rabbit. I forget her name. Officer Hopps, Judy Hopps. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't. I will tell you that daCAT will not have that problem. We'll mint hundreds, maybe thousands of copies. We'll make VeVe a killing. They'll love us. Pink Panthers, Immutable X are on Coinbase. Yes, they are. Yeah, they're good, and maybe they've bottomed. We'll see. Referral says, I was surprised they started having comics with nudity, such as Belit and Valerian. Bro, like, if they can do it, daCAT's gonna get away with some awesome stuff. We're gonna have to. You know what I'll do? I won't even ask David. I'll just be like, submitting these, sir. Hopefully he doesn't read. He'll give like a check mark and the amount. But again, like that, like I don't write to be like, like shock value. I write because it's a good story, and most of the characters don't even curse. There's a few of them that are, if these were like people, like if these were like races of people, like, okay, you're Asian, you're Peruvian, you're from Holland, you're Dutch, you're African, like yeah, this would be considered as racist. But a dog not liking cats, that's like par for the course in the history of the world here. So when a dog says something about cats, or a cat says something about a dog, you could interpret it like, remember in that one, this is going way back, remember that one episode of Seventh Heaven where that the dad, the Reverend Camden dude, he had like a heart attack, so he was like sitting on the couch for like 9 months, and X amount of months recovering, and he wrote a book called Lover, Can You Hear My Cry? And the wife is just like, if you've been sitting on the couch writing smut this whole time, I'm gonna so then she reads it, and then somebody reads it, and he's like, okay, you're not old enough to read it. It's like, is that bad? Like, oh, it's really that bad. And the wife reads it, and then she's like, oh, okay, like I get what you're doing. Can the lover hear my cry? Can God hear our prayers? Whatever. And then the dad's finally like, oh, you got that. It's like, yeah, it can be read on many different levels. So I guess the daCAT comic can be read on a few different levels. At the end of the day, it's really just these beings that are just trying to make their way in the universe. Anywho, let's keep going here. After tax season, we'll see more action. I think so too. Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to buy for months. Tax season is going to kill me. Tax season is going to just rake me over the coals. They're going to get me over a barrel, rip my pants down, and just go to town. Like, no Vaseline. They're like, the IRS sucks. I hate them. Okay. Pro saying, can't wait for your comic. I read a few every week of the comics on VeVe. I have over 300 now. It's gonna take a while to read them all. Yeah, I don't even have a, what do you call it? There's a bunch that I haven't read. I'll read them. I'll read them to you. Zero Ghost number 2, haven't read. That wasn't for lack of trying. The VeVe Comics Reader app was messing up that day. I didn't read Hawkeye number 1. I still want to. Haven't read it. I haven't read the Alligator Loki Christmas special or the Vampirella. Really want to read, especially if there be. Oh, not Valeria. Oh, I thought I said if there was nudity, I'm going to read the shit out of that. I have not read Captain Harlock yet. I want to read that too, but I have not. I've tried to get into Sanity number 1. Haven't been able to yet. Bro, the Area 54 is like, it's so weird, and most people are not going to like it, but I love it. It's just strange and weird, and everyone's gonna be like, Chavez, what the heck are you into? And I will tell you that into some weird stuff, man. It's awesome. And I think that's it for the modern comics that I've had. So I wanted to read through the Betaverse. I'm probably just going to sell that because I think it's worth like $1. Probably not even worth it to sell. I haven't read a lot of the older ones. The newer ones, I try to keep up, and sometimes I'm successful, but a lot of times I'm not. Yeah. Stock market. Oh God, where are you? Okay. Let's move on here. All right, we still got a bunch of news to cover. President Trump offers to talk and meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Not sure when that's going to happen. We had a big rise in Bitcoin yesterday. Trump says he can't imagine a further tariff increase on China. I think he did, actually. I think he did today. Well, oh no, he threatened to dump Chinese stocks off of like the NASDAQ, which is nuts. 21 Shares has filed an S1 for Dogecoin Doge ETF, which is really cool. Dr. Profit says, hi fam, can you help us stress test our new back end? Currently a good stake of no new pending listings, ready for prime time. There are some small quirks in the UI and UX, which will be solved next. Dr. Profit's just asking everyone to trade. Oh, that'd be Dope. 50-day moving average with Bitcoin is 50,000. 200-day moving average is 87,000. Okay. Canada agrees to negotiate a new trade deal with the U.S. Nice. I'm glad. This is wild. So, took 29 years, but Jerry Seinfeld's complaint about government-mandated low-flow shower heads was finally taken seriously. Trump signed an executive order to make shower heads great again. That is hysterical. Bro, in VR chat, casual voice would be like, yo, look at this Squirtle. They have Squirtle in VR chat. That's great. Speaking of skins, I don't know if that's an actual, I don't think that's a skin. I think that's just something that someone created. If y'all been playing Fortnite recently, y'all have seen the new Sabrina Carpenter avatar they have, the new Sabrina Carpenter skin. Batman is just getting folded by Sabrina. There are people like, okay, here's Sabrina Carpenter playing the drums. Here's Sabrina Carpenter playing like a guitar keyboard. Here's Sabrina Carpenter singing, and they're just going around murking people. Bro, it is nuts. People be using Sabrina Carpenter in like the raw. Like, I did not have Sabrina Carpenter becoming a skin on Fortnite for my 2025 bingo card. Yet here the heck we are. They are just murking people, like double tap to the forehead. It is the memes are wild, boys. It's wild. Pink Panthers after taxes. Yeah, I can't wait till after tax season because taxes kill me. Can't wait for your comic. Thank you. I can't wait for it as well. Can't wait. I says Shiro, Green Wall Shiro. Yeah, get that bread. For every $100 you buy, you get 50 in return after holding for 2 weeks. Stan says it's all about Marvel Ultimates and DC Absolutes, Randy. Is it now? Is it? Tell me more. Tell me more. Does he look like a bitch? Sorry. Omar saying, can't wait to see Bukele and Trump. Oh, are they? Dude, I love both of them. Supposedly, that Colombia is going to take a page out of El Salvador's playbook, and they're going to do their own prison the same way that El Salvador is. I don't know if they're going to keep prisoners for America like El Salvador is, but again, this is pretty sweet. And when they're doing that, now El Salvador's done that, and El Salvador is like one of the safest countries in the world to visit. I repeat, El Salvador is one of the safest countries in the world to visit. Wind the clocks back like 8 years. And if you were to tell people that in like 2016, yeah, El Salvador is like super safe country now in 2025. The fudge it is like, it was never safe. And now, again, one of the safest countries in the world to visit. I imagine the tourism there just, there's probably a fight this year on American tourism between El Salvador being the safest country now, like to visit, versus Australia. El Salvador is probably safer than Australia because there's a whole lot of bugs in Australia that can kill you. But people are flocking to Australia, especially women, especially single women, because I can't confirm this. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure the Australian government went to Robert Irwin and be like, okay, do an underwear model shoot, show off them Australian abs, and then in an interview say you're waiting for your American bae. Because he did an underwear shoot where he is looking good. And then he said in an interview, my dad met a American girl at a show, and my sister met an American boy at a show. So I think I'm just waiting for my American girl. And he just says, oh my God, like the amount of tourism that's going into both of these countries, obviously for very different reasons, is insane. Stan says, waiting for my government $5,000 check. Oh, you're one of those people that are getting one of those refunds. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very jealous because I haven't gotten a refund since I was in the military. I've been a business owner since, and it is rough out there come tax season. It do be rough. Anyway, yeah, somebody made a Squirtle skin in the VR chat. Speaking of that VR chat, this is like, damn, this is 9 years ago, long time. But I was once also Yeah, look at that. Look at me in the metaverse over there. Again, that was me quite a number of years ago. 2016. Good times. Good times. All right, we'll move on. Oh yeah, I was just going over this. Strange. El Salvador has been upgraded to level 1 travel advisory, listing it as one of the safest tourism destinations on Earth. In summer of 2020, El Salvador was listed as a level 4 do not travel to. President Bukele has changed his country for the better. There's a buddy of mine that went down there because he's from there, got robbed, and he got recognized by someone. He gained a lot of weight, but someone from his old crew recognized, was like, bro. I was like, bro, I'm not going to dox him on here, say his name. But legit was robbing him. He's like, fudge. And then somebody recognized, like, oh shit, didn't know it was you. Yeah, that's wild. But again, now I'd love to get him on the podcast. That'd be great. Brockman Redcat yesterday saying, saw a few messages complaining on the VeVe official that not getting a Fisha's logo was the straw that broke the camel's back. The logos were given to people who participated in the Fisha's drop. They're likely to get more stuff too. Rewarding collectors of my IP is normal. I checked a few of the people's profiles and they seem to only have stamps and comics. Had they had a single Fish item on their profile, I would have given them a logo for free, but nope. The entitled outrage is beyond silly. If you're hanging around just to piss and moan after 4 years, I promise you, put energy anywhere else and you'll have a more fruitful life. This isn't discounting people with actual issues. This is specifically the folks who cry every time something Fishes hits the app, like a promo code or a reward, like they've suddenly lost something. You weren't going to buy it anyway. Yeah, preach, Brock. You are very nice. I would not be this nice. President Trump says he thinks he will make a very good deal with China. He's been very vocal about that. I hope so. USD. Okay, so Tom over on the Debi Telegram saying, we don't have USDC on DEVVX, our blockchain. You can't deposit or withdraw. We will have on-ramps and off-ramps for fiat when the exchange goes live later this year. That said, if someone sells something on Glassblock, then we will do our payout to them in USDC on ETH. Peak time. Give me 1 second here. I really wanted to share. There's somebody saying, I really wanted to share feedback on technical support for users. I had a problem using the wallet and authorization. I wrote to support and have not received an answer for more than a day. This does seem unacceptable for such a project. I say this with full respect for the team. And you have Tom going over and saying, this is peak time with 3 massive releases. We'll get back shortly. When provisioning support, it's very difficult to staff people for peak events. That said, I envision support moving to community, where the majority of tickets are answered by community with the reward for their efforts, and other tougher tickets managed in-house. So I'm optimistic on where we're going. You have Donald Dump saying, is DEVVE game in iOS store? And Tom says it is, but it is not the latest version 6. We'll submit latest hopefully next week. What was I just going over? I was going over something. Peak time, provisioning, feedback. Oh yeah, I got to go to my boy Potsy Weber to see if there's a people have answered him. I don't think anyone's answered him yet. Okay, it was deleted. Okay, never mind. Disregard. Oh yes, I was talking about that. Go for $5 check. The Gazprom Russian stocks are still frozen. Ugh, why? Why, bro? Why? Why is that happening? I wish I knew. But if you could enlighten me, that'd be great. I'm saying Bukele was invited to the White House. I love that. Freaking, and he deserves to be invited. Cleaned up his country, taken prisoners for the U.S. He 100% deserves to be invited. 100%. Dan says, did you attend VeVeVersity's wedding? Thanks. I don't think she got married yet. Did she? Did she? Hold on. Wait a tick. Let's. I don't think she did. I don't think she got married yet. Oh God. VeVe. I forget her name on here. It should be VeVeVersity, right? Yeah, VeVeVersity. Did she post photos? Am I tripping? Let's go. No, she hasn't posted since 24. And we just talked the other day. We just spoke on. All right, hold on. Let's go back and see. Birthday stream, bargain money, no, your special needs. No, rabbit hole. Kid, it's first time. Such an American thing to do. It is an American thing to do. Canadian opinion. Canada, Tether, February. No, I don't think she did. If she did, then I missed it. I could have sworn it was going to be either this summer or next summer. Because we talked about it before. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be either this summer or next summer. Either way, I have not had the invite, but I will let you know. Keep you posted. So also just bought the Serpent Mound part of it and Mound Cemetery. You are going and you are getting that bread, Mr. Bill Gardner. You are getting that bread. Okay, let's go. Is it cheaper to live in El Salvador than Texas? I assume. I don't know the exchange rate. I know Texas is, I guess it depends where in Texas. Like Austin or Houston, probably paying a little bit more expensive prices. How much is the dollar worth in El Salvador? So $100 is 875 SBC. Okay, let's do this here. Is it cheap to live in El Salvador? Generally, living in El Salvador can be considered relatively cheap, especially compared to the US, with food, entertainment, and many other costs being significantly lower. Honestly, it's most of the South American countries. They just don't have a large GDP. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I dig it. Can you dig it, sucker? Sorry. Let's get back to David Yu had reposted yesterday, Collector's Gone Digital, and their Pokemon vending machine. All right, so we got to go over this. We got to go over David and Pokemon. David liking Pokemon is nothing new. David posting about Pokemon on his Instagram has also happened before. What are you doing? Why is my phone has been losing battery a lot, like really quickly recently. I'm not 100% sure why. Anyway, David doing this is nothing new, at least on Instagram. Now on X, and on Spaces, he said before is like, yeah, for example, I don't expect like just because it's a certain day that something's gonna come out. Like let's say it's like Pokemon Day. Like don't expect Pokemon announcement on Pokemon Day. It's like, why even bring up Pokemon? Oh my god! Like I understand what you're trying to say, but everyone hangs on every word that you say, and he's gotta know, right? He's gotta. Maybe he's just teasing. Maybe that's just how he gets his sick jolly. He's like, oh, it's your Pokemon again, and watch Randy freak out and maybe give him a heart attack. I think he's going to want to keep me alive at least until I put the daCAT comic over on the VeVe app, and then after that, after we make the money, then they'll be like, oh, he's dead. Now I don't have to pay. I love him so much. Freaking love that man. The post that he's been doing is one thing, and then he followed Pokemon the other day on X, and I distinctly remember him telling me once, I think it was on live, if it's not, but I think it was on live. Maybe it wasn't on live. All right, so you might get some alpha here. He told me once that he gets people that he's like doing, like that he's signed business deals with, that ask them, or I'm sorry, they ask him to follow them on Twitter. And he has to tell them, like, actually, you probably don't want me to follow you on there, because then people will assume something. And of course we will. He tells me that people ask him to follow them on X, and he has to tell them no, because the VeVe fam will know something's up. And now he follows Pokemon. If David really wanted to, he could make a little rubber ducky Twitter profile that follows nobody, right? And maybe it only follows Pokemon. no one would ever suspect that a rubber duck profile that's only following one person is Pokemon, and he could use that, and he could get, like, if he really wanted the updates, like, I picture his defense being like, I just like Pokemon. I like to, get those updates. I want to, have those up every time they post. I want to know. Randy, you do that to me. I can't do that to other people. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, so maybe he wants to get, the updates that Pokemon posts. And why not do it with a burner account? Sorry, little duck. I don't know. I do not know. Now, Chavez, he also follows Elon Musk and Roblox. Correct, and I don't think he has a deal with Elon Musk. Roblox is more probable than Elon Musk, I think. Yeah, so that, again, just because he follows Pokemon doesn't mean, maybe he's just a fan of Roblox. Maybe he's a fan of maybe that's what he does in his free time, just plays Roblox. And everyone follows Elon Musk, and maybe for Pokemon, he just follows him because he's a fan. I don't know. I don't know. I get a lot of people asking me about it, and I wish I had a better answer. I've looked at it not as in every way possible, but I've looked at it in a few of the major ways. So there are, and this was a couple of years ago, Disney used to watch VeVe content creators' videos. Executives at Disney used to watch our videos. Do they anymore? Probably not. No, maybe, who knows? But maybe because he's in negotiations with them, and he's at least talking to them. Maybe something similar is happening, and maybe he's not there yet. Maybe he's not at the finish line, but maybe he's close. And maybe because he knows that all the people that, or at least some of the major companies he's done business with, the people that he's done business with, or the companies, would follow the VeVe YouTubers. Maybe he's saying, okay, Disney did this, Marvel did this, Pokemon's probably going to do this. So let me put some teasers out there. And obviously not saying anything. Me just, what am I doing? I'm following Pokemon. Posting about Pokemon on Vagabond Games. It's my store. I can do what I want. Always. But he didn't post on his personal Instagram about them getting new Yu-Gi-Oh cards or new Warhammer memorabilia. He only posted about it on Pokemon. And I'm just so curious on, maybe this is a move that David's doing to get people to talk about it, so that Pokemon will see how freaking crazy we are and how much money I would throw at it if Pokemon came. I don't think I would sell my crypto for it. Maybe some. But I would probably stop buying crypto, and I would buy Pokemon NFTs. Anyway, let's continue on here. Pro Bitcoin, Paul Atkins officially confirmed as new SEC chair. He's a really, really bullish big Bitcoin guy. Now, I get it. Last time, Gary Gensler was a big ETH guy, and look what fudge he became. Everyone hates him. They want to I want to tar and feather him. He became like the most hated man in crypto. Why will Paul Atkins be any different? It's under Trump. I think we'll be okay. Milgar says also bought the server. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Sorry. Omar says tourism is all-time high, safer, cheaper, and no capital gains. Ooh, that is nice. Omar saying, yeah. Pink Band says Paraguay is a safe country. I have a bunch of properties there. Amazing country, low taxes. You got to take me there one day, girl. Tell me something, girl. El Salvador eliminated a lot of taxes. Love it. Paraguay is good. El Salvador has Bitcoin. That's true. Bitcoin legal tender. Can you find a wife in El Salvador? My guy. If you're an American, you can find a wife anywhere in these countries. So there's two ways that people go in and they get wives from these South American countries. One is if you just go there on vacation, and the girl, likes you because, white people are like gods there. but anyone, like, girls smell money. They just smell it. Like, they smell an opportunity for a better life, and they're just like, yep, you. I don't care if you're ugly. I don't care whatever. Attach myself to you, and you're my ticket out of here. And then you have the passport bros. The passport bros are the people that are, and again, I'm not saying that this is the right thing to do. I'm not saying that it should be different. I'm not advocating. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just observing what's happening. Passport bros are men in America that are, for lack of a better term, they are fed up with women in America. They're fed up with Western women, and there's like, I'm not taking it. I want a trad wife. Trad wife mean like a traditional wife. I want someone that wants to take care of the kids. They cook, they clean. I want that. And a lot of Western women are. Let's go back. Like 50 years. 60s, 70s, you had, the Brady Bunch, you had Happy Days, you had like All in the Family, like what did all these sitcoms have in common? Even that 70s show, the wives were stay-at-home moms. They cook, they clean, they take care of the kids. And then something changed. In the 90s, suddenly you had Everybody Loves Raymond, you had King of Queens, and you had these, suddenly men weren't represented as like the strong, smart breadwinners. They were represented as like idiots. And they just like, I distinctly remember in multiple, it's just like, okay, happy wife, happy life, and don't make the wife mad, like, and the wife control. And again, not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that it was one way, and then it kind of shifted to another way, where, and so now a lot of my generation that kind of grew up with that stuff kind of normalized that, not really was it equal. It's like, okay, yeah, like women have all the power. And again, that's not saying it's good or bad. It's just kind of what was going on. And then I guess it got to the point where the pendulum swung way the other way, where obviously in the 50s, like 70s, women were just like kind of relegated to the home. And then it kind of swung in the direction where like kind of equal, but women kind of, do as the woman says or else. To now it's just like, women won't put up with men being man children, because there's a lot of man children that, you guys know what a man child, like, there's nothing worse than like a grown-up child, a kid that like never grew up, and for some reason some women put up with that, but a lot of women don't. They're like, I'm not freaking dealing with it. And then a lot of the men that are just like, hey, I just want someone that's kind of chill, and then some of these ladies are not so chill, and they're just not vibing together. And a lot of the men are just like, I'm just gonna find a trad wife in the South America. This is a very, very, very long response to your question here, but yeah, that's what a lot of. So there's two ways. You just go down there just for vacation, for fun, happen to find a wife. Women are like prowlers, and they'll go and they'll attach themselves to you, and then hey, now you have a wife. And then there's the passport bros that are looking for their trad wives, and they will find them there. You will be able to fairly easily. Bonus points if you're white, bonus points if you're rich, and bonus points if you're, oh well, that's it. If you're not even a passport bro, if you're any bro and you want it, don't get married in the US. Get married in one of these countries and come back to the US if you wish. Do not get married in the US. Anyway, Omar saying yes, and a loyal one too. Preach. You can find a wife. She will be loyal. They will like, I didn't believe them at the time. My friend Byron, rest in peace, buddy, who had said that, just like, yo, Chavi. He used to call me, can't say that. All right. He'd say Chavi. He's like, yo, Chavi, listen, gotta go down to Dominican Republic, man. Gotta go down there. I was like, and I'd never gone down to Dominican Republic at that point. I don't think, have I ever gone down there? I don't think I have. I should go just for him one day. He's like, listen, you gotta go down there. There's the women, They treat you like a king down there. Rub your feet. They get you beer. I was like, well, in 2010, I was dating another one. Oh my God. This one girl, Steph, she's no longer with us. She actually just passed away like a week ago, and that was horrible. Went away for a sec. I'm back now. She would do this thing where after I'd finish a beer, she would like get me another one, and I didn't have to ask. I was like, "Oh my God, I love you." And I was like 19 at the time. Yeah, so he would be like, "Listen, Chavi, they go down there, they get you beer, they rub your feet, they treat you like a king, they massage, they cook." And I'm not gonna lie, it sounded pretty good. I was like, yeah, I don't really know Spanish, I like a little bit. And he's like, listen, Chavi, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. And like, so there's people that like 100% are gonna like forego like the language barrier and they don't care. Yeah, like Omar said, very good. Look it up. How much plane tickets? How many planes have been crashing lately? Probably pretty cheap. Paraguay has 0 income taxes made outside their country. Man, I gotta really, really take a look at all these countries. We get hurt. I assume a lot of these South America get hurricanes. Yeah, San El Salvador has no property tax. Not really on rare occasions. Oh, maybe it's Puerto Rico that I'm thinking of. Mostly hot. Some heavy rains. That's a win. It is a win, Stan. I think it is a win. Yeah, because Paraguay has the hottest females in South America. Game over, Salvador. Listen, so I like white women. There are specifically Eastern European, Russian, my favorite. Switzerland, probably Russian and Ukraine are like my favorite. Then I'd say like Swiss women. Then maybe like Germany, you know. But Spain has like the most beautiful people. Like I how like 1 in every 3 people is like good. I don't know. They did a bit on Seinfeld about this. How many people are good looking? Like percentage wise, 7%, 5%, 10%. Like I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's like good looking and then there's like good enough looking. Spain, like the most people in Spain are just beautiful, majestic, fudging creatures. I don't know if it's in the water. I don't know. They're just like who's the like picture like a country of tapses and a country. I don't want to objectify women. I'll objectify taps. That's fine. But picture a country of male tapses and a country of female taps. I don't know. They're just all beautiful. And I was like, oh my God. But I will say this: Colombian women are very beautiful. Like I don't know if I've ever seen a good looking Peruvian gal. I think I knew one back in the day, and she was like 16, so that's a no go. Obviously, she's like 30 now, but back in the day, she was young. I think I've seen like one Peruvian woman my entire life, so I have nothing to go on there. But Colombian women, beautiful. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know if I know anyone from Paraguay. There was this one girl. She has a very unique name, so I won't say her name, but we dated back in the day. She was from Chile. She was very proud of her Chilean heritage. And we reconnected when we were like 19, 20, and she was still I assume she's still beautiful. She was light skinned, just oh my God, just beautiful gal. But again, I haven't really dated a ton of South American women, so I don't know. My reference point, my reference pool is very low. Same thing, like since they brought back the dire wolf, what's next? I'm hoping to bring back. Why would you bring? Oh, all right, we gotta. All right. Okay. Part of the reason they were able to bring back the dire wolf is because the difference between them and gray wolves is like 0.5%. It's going to be very, very hard to bring back like specific people. Also, you see that meme before? It's like, well, have you seen the meme with what's his name? Like, how do you do, fellow kids? They did that with a dire wolf. Like, how do you do, fellow wolves? Genghis Khan, like, you got to be careful on who you bring back, man. Genghis Khan is, yeah, you got to be careful who you bring back. And Elvis, I'm sure everyone would be fine with that. But just because you bring a person back, like genetically the same, doesn't mean that they're going to be the same person. They'll be completely different. So we'll see. I'd like to. You could actually clone your dogs now. It costs like 50 grand, but yeah, you can do it. Blind Vampire says at Stan, they should bring back everyone from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, basically. Who would? Oh, well, Steve Irwin is a must. I'm gonna guess Steve Irwin. I want to guess Bob Ross. I want to Harambe. If there's anyone to clone, please clone Harambe, and I will. Like, let's face it, nothing has been the same since that gorilla died. Nothing has been the same. Everything's gotten worse since that gorilla died. Omar was saying, Blooming Waters, David posted on, again just now. Right now. All right, David. Come on, now touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? What was that promise that you made? All right, so that must have been his story from a couple days ago, because he hasn't posted on anything on Insta recently. Bill and Ted would be nuts. Nuts plan. All right, we got to go back over some of this here. This news, because we're still behind. Yes. OBL, Orange Bag Lady saying, David, we see you. Looking at Roblox, looking at Pokemon. We see you, David. We see you. China says it's willing to negotiate tariffs, but will fight to the end if the U.S. refuses to compromise. We're in a good position here. We're in a very good position. Vietnam agrees to negotiate a new trade deal with the United States. Very nice. I love that. The amount of SPY calls increased by over 10x, literally 10 minutes before the announcement. Very obvious that Trump is now is a good time to buy tweet was a way for insider traders to have plausible deniability. I am 100% in agreement with that. But I must say, I do not care. All right, let's keep going. What is Paraguay? Well, the world knows more of the leadership of El Salvador. Yeah, what is Paraguay famous for? Very curious. Don't get me wrong. I have friends in Paraguay. Amazing food. Maybe food. Maybe go down there for the food. Like Shaggy and Scooby in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. We've traveled the world on our stomachs. I need dual citizenship. Then you can get it, my man. You go in with your little Stan self, and you'd be like, hey, I'm an American. You marry a woman down there, bring her back up here. Life will be good for you, I think, as long as she's cool. Pokemon confirmed. One day. I think one day. I think one day we'll get that. Like turn soonest to the sea by Protest the Hero. Maybe someday. Let's see if David has posted anything today. I don't think he posted. He tends to retweet. Well, he did retweet Vincent Zerzolo saying, VeVe fam, this is your shot to be featured in an addiction comic. Don't miss it. Vincent Zerzolo says the addiction recipe competition. Shoot a video with the recipe inspired by the addiction. It can be up to 60 seconds. 5 lucky winners faces will appear in the next addiction comic. Can't wait. Samsung to the moon. We have more saying Pokemon is huge, that it's becoming the talk on every New Yorker's mind. I believe it is. Buying OMI of Pokemon. It's not like nothing's confirmed yet. But man, I think that one day. Oh, also David says thank you for having me on the Collectors Hub yesterday. I think one day. I think we'll get it one day. When, I don't know. Maybe this year, maybe next year. When I was talking to Crypto Queen this morning, this afternoon, it was 1 p.m. When I was talking to her 8 hours ago, she was pretty convinced that the bull market we're in right now is delayed. Like we had it still kind of here, but it'll go up a lot later in the year. She thinks that by December is when stuff starts to pop off, and the bull market gets extended well into next year, because this is the craziest bull market we've had. Yeah, it's been bananas so far. We reached all-time high before the halving. We were kept suppressed down for several months until Trump won, and then it just exploded. Did great for a couple months, and then had nothing but really bad news since January 20th, since he took office. So that pump is coming. When? Who knows? We'll see. Omar says, can't wait to flex my PC destined rivals to David. Ooh, get it, show him. Think says, El Salvador was famous when I was 13, long before your great president. No offense. Well, yeah, but now they're famous for great prison. Now they're famous for the great, the very safe travel that they're there now. So they're a couple good stuff. Big Panthers laughing. Or says, you forgot 18th Street too. It was wild, El Salvador, after their guerrilla war. I never even looked into that, but I've heard things. Would love to visit El Salvador. Yeah, I would love to visit there too. I think I would do that. OMI says, I hate to say, after my due diligence on VeVe and OMI, had to stop my buys on OMI NFTs. This is the strange behavior behind the scenes and on the blockchain. Show us your results. Let's see what strange behavior it is you're talking about, and then we'll go over it. We're saying we should do like an event in the future where OMI gets higher and go to Paraguay too. I mean, we could do all the planets, or we could do all the countries. It doesn't have to be just Paraguay. We'll see. Anyway, let's get back to the news. Oh, look at that. And today, daCAT token, again, #1 on Memezilla. I love this game. For the DEVVE exchange, I did all of my onboarding things. Link down below to go in and join me on the DEVVE exchange. You will not be sorry. You will not be sorry. You'll be glad you did. I'm glad you came. Meow, meow, meow. There's dialogue for this today. Oh God, this is awesome. You guys ever on doing like a deadlift or something and be like, all right, it's going up or I'm going down? Like you've added too much weight, but your pride won't let you take the weight off. China's yuan falls to the lowest level in 18 years. I think that was yesterday. That was yesterday night. Chinese sellers on Amazon to hike prices or exit U.S. market as tariffs rise. Industry be coming back to America. And my friends were dancing in the terminal once. We were dancing in the terminal. I was a thick boy here. I was a muscular mother flapper. Here, not so much. It's the same place. And yeah, Shiro Nico, shout out to them for giving out over 200,000 in prizes with multiple campaigns, community rewards, many more prizes to come. Oh, I have to send this to my friend. We went hiking once. You can't tell, but there's 2 doggos in the background. No, not us. Her and her hubby are my very good friends. It was on this day, I see clearly. It was on this day 4 years ago that Earth 2 made me an official NFT. Unfortunately, it was on the Wax blockchain, but Earth 2 had made me an official NFT. It bears the Earth 2 logo. It's over there on the Wax blockchain. I don't know how many of them are. I don't even know if I have access to mine. European Union seeks to purchase more gas from the U.S., citing Trump's tariff pressure. Trump won. Trump won this. He won the spread. Awesome, Omar. Anytime. Yeah, let's all go. Ooh, Line of Vampires is in the Philippines. FT's Ohio winters. Bruh. I was in town the other day. My friend Mike saw him out. And on this day, I see clearly. Sorry. Yeah, it's as they would say in New York, it's absolute brick outside, my guy. It is now. It's like 55 degrees here, but it's like 100 degrees in Arizona. So, you know, it's a lot colder here than it was previously. A lot colder here than it is in other places. Vegan things, thank you for the hearts. Love the hearts. The hearts are the best part of my time here. Who is this? All right, so current openings at VeVe. It is only campaign manager for comics. Interesting. No, I think so. I think it is. I think that's very interesting. It's the only thing they have. Now, this could be interpreted in a couple different ways. I just farted. I am so sorry. It's the protein farts. I had a lot of protein today, and farting it out. I'm sorry. I apologize. Damn, we've been at 90 minutes so far. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep going for because my throat hurts. I have to let the dog go out. Oh, I just let the dog out at like 7-ish. He's fine. He's fine. Probably not. Probably gonna pee, but you know he's fine. Where was I? No, I X'd out. Oh, I'm so stupid. All right, we'll try it here. Oh yeah, this could be interpreted in a couple different ways. There's only one job opening. That means VeVe's stopping their hiring. That means that hiring's slowing down. That means they're not growing anymore. That means they're going to go. You know, they're going to go broke soon. Or it could just mean that like, hey, they filled their other positions and they're just looking to hire one more. You don't always need to be growing, and it's very hard to grow as the revenue has taken a steep decline. This is fine. This is fine. I think they're exactly where they need to be. Tesla China sales surge 177% in March. New Model Y fuels domestic dominance. Tesla China just posted 78,828 unit March with 74,127 sold domestically, marking an 18.8% year over year and 176.8% month over month jump, despite ongoing Model Y transitions. Model Y, oh shoot, missed that. Model Y accounted for 49,029 units, a stunning 510% surge from February, showcasing a strong local demand even as exports dropped to 4701. Tesla now holds 7.48% of China's new energy vehicle market and 11.47% of its battery electric vehicle segment. China sold 991,000 NEVs in March, up 38% year over year. Tesla is once again flexing dominance where it matters. I have onboarded 18 users into the Debi ecosystem. Dr. Profit be posting. Body. Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry. White House economic advisor Hassett says bond market may have contributed to tariff decision, but did not cause a panic. That's fine. Great news. VeVe and OMI fam, Stacker is crushing it with our new backend system. 370 transactions processed overnight with 0 failures. The integration was more complex than expected, juggling 3 sources of truth, our database, our DB base and VeVe backend, but the team delivered. Front end still has some quirks we're addressing, ownership tab moving in slow motion, but we're working on this in parallel while prepping for the big launch. Excited to share some updates soon. Drop a heart if you're hyped for what's coming. The big launch, I'm going to guess, is late May. I am. So I think it's safe to say, and obviously this is not confirmed, it's just speculation, but the evidence points to Marvel and Disney NFTs being able to be bought and sold with OMI. They've been teasing this since January. Privately, they've probably been teasing that for several months longer, but they really need to get that out in Q2. It's not a good look to say, oh, we're going to have new licenses coming soon at the end of January, and then, you know, not get it done for 5 months. So I really want this to come March, April, by the end of June. And end of June's got to be like the latest. If they don't have it done by the end of Q2, that like what is taking so long? Again, if they would have just said like, hey, these are really cool, you know, one day later this year, we'll get some new licenses. That would have been much better instead of soon at the end of January. So again, I know I'm nitpicking here. Stacker's doing an amazing job, and I'm sorry, I gotta get a little perspective there. Dr. Profit did not have to do this. Stacker did not but he did, and they did, and they're doing great, and they are working for our bags harder than any one of us. I repeat, Dr. Profit and Stacker are working for our OMI bags harder than any one of us here right now, unless Ben is listening or David, and then, then obviously excluding those guys, because I don't know if anyone's really going to work harder than the CEOs. But yeah, they work super hard at it, and I can't thank them enough. Despite that, I think the wording for some of the Stacker tweets probably could have been worded better back in the day. I think they fixed that now, I hope. Anywho, yeah, EU has paused counter tariffs against the US for 90 days. I think I went over that before. Whales be buying $150 million in Bitcoin on Binance in a day is nuts. Now that inflation's lowered, I think that's good. Let's go to X here. Let's go to X. Chaos on the chains be just doing stuff every day. Let's so Chaos on the Chain says, forgotten empires rise from the cliffs. What secrets lie within? So they are supposed to be launching the game this month, and I'm very excited for it. And this looks like a Super Smash Brothers level. It looks great, and obviously I go in and I comment on it because I comment on all their stuff. And I said, a mighty palace. I wonder what lies beneath them. Like, just because you have something up above doesn't mean that you don't have something down below. So again, really love that. Bitcoin bounce, yep, double bottom. This guy named Maxwell saying, I bought OMI on base straight up without having to buy USDC on base first, then swapping for OMI. Is this new? Planet Vampire actually responded saying, seems you're in the US based on your posts. You can use Coinbase Wallet connected to your Coinbase, then buy it directly after finding base OMI and clicking buy. That's been a thing for a minute. They should update the tutorial, but you'll be able to buy on Stacker soon. Maxwell says, right, I have a Coinbase Wallet for a while, but always bought USDC base, then swapped for OMI base. This morning when I hit the buy OMI, so he's good. He's good. White House says inflation is up, jobs are up, America's golden age is here. I'm sorry, inflation is down, jobs are up, and the America's golden age is here. We're really not seeing that in the stock market or in crypto, but I think we will. Again, you can't add $5.5 trillion to the stock market and not expect a down day the next day. So I understand that, but we'll see. We'll see a consistency here. Trump saying inflation is down. Amazon says to expect their prices to rise. VR Chat has a Titanic simulator, and apparently someone's experienced the sinking and snapping of the ship several times. It's wild. Sometimes I drown or get a lifeboat on a door. That is insane. It is absolute insanity. Let's go to X and take a look at some of the stuff. See what people are posting. But before we do, vegan things, thanks to the heart. I want to say, no, that was what you're talking about. Paraguay are totally mixed 50-50. By law, whites could only marry native Paraguayans. Really? Huh. It is wild. Yeah, it says Chinese exports market is in shambles. Trump be winning. Trump do be winning, though. He'd be winning hard. Be winning hard. Okay, let's go on X and take a look at who I'm following, and then we'll see what they're doing. So Aaron Awful says, Space Force Colonel relieved of command over loss of confidence. Colonel Susanna Myers has been removed from command at Greenland's Pituffik Space Base just hours after Senator Schmidt demanded her filing for an email that contradicted Vice President J.D. Vance's statements. Space Command's official release cited loss of confidence in her ability to lead while emphasizing the military's nonpartisan requirements, a clear signal to other officers about crossing civilian leadership. Colonel Sean Lee has already assumed command, completing the swift purge of dissent within military ranks. Interesting. It's removed by Colonel Kenneth Clock, commander of Space Base Delta 1, for loss of confidence in her ability to lead. Commanders are expected to adhere to the highest standards of conduct, especially as it relates to remaining nonpartisan in the performance of their duties. Colonel Sean Lee has assumed command. That is interesting. Senator Schmidt demands firing on Space Force. Oh, wow, this was done super quick. That was done super quick. Raul Powell says, oh no, that was something different. Eddie Brown says, by the frost in my veins and the sparkle in my step, let's make this magic unforgettable. A VeVe affiliate. I'm hyped to share not one, but two epic drops for you from VeVe. Celebrate National Sibling Day. Disney's Frozen and Anna's Elsa. Oh God, where are we? Disney's Frozen and Anna's Elsa are located within the market on VeVe. These iconic sisters are available as beautifully crafted 3D digital collectibles, perfect for fans and collectors alike, whether you're vibing with Disney magic or cruising through time. VeVe's got something for everyone. New users get 10 free gems, and that's what he's doing. That's what he's so smart. He's good at marketing. Oh, it's Arendelle. Arendell's so beautiful, especially this time of year. O'Milly reposting about Fanable. Fanable saying they sold out in minutes. Clash of the Titans drop has officially been conquered. Huge shout out to the collectors who entered the arena. O'Milly saying sold out, sold out. Kaki Gaijin saying it's amazing and interesting way to collect. I know there are other vault options out there for collecting cards and comics, but I don't think those use NFTs as well. Might be right. Might be right there. Might be right. Yeah. Okay. Josh Duhamel says, I bought a Cybertruck and people flip me off daily. I bought a Cybertruck. Oh yeah, I bought this before all this, before it all started hitting the fan. I can't tell you how many people flip me off, really, driving down the street like daily, 10 times a day. I'm like, why are you so angry, man? I didn't. I thought I was just doing something for the environment. Yeah, that's wild. The left is wild, bro. Josh Emmett is over on, am I good? I don't feel good. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. It's like right in my heart too. Like a pulled muscle? No? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna see where that goes. Josh Emmett says, come say what's up. One Punch Card says 24. Tops UFC royalty parallel break going live soon. Get those bids in. And then you get some Josh Emmett cards. And again, Josh Emmett, come say what's up. O'Milly was hosting Oxygen Bukkake in Las Vegas. Okay, that is a crazy title. But he put it on there. That's insane. J.K. Rowling says, if they prosecute this bereaved mother, I stand ready to fund her defense. So this is a guy named a grieving mother is being threatened with prosecution unless she deletes a damning review into police failing in her daughter's case. We report on Danielle Charter's Christie story last year. Oh, you know what? J.K. Rowling, you get that bread. O'Milly titling one of his spaces having Bukkake in it is wild, but you know what? That's what we love O'Milly for, right? He's a wild card. Old Mark Catalog says, if you're happy and you know it, clap them cheeks. That's awesome. Rising Star says Jay Styles with the shout out. What we got here? Chinese giants burn $2.7 billion to stop market bleeding as Trump tariffs crush stocks. China's corporate heavyweights are frantically buying back down their own shares as Trump's tariffs announcement sent markets into freefall, with battery maker CATL alone dumping $1.1 billion into propping up its stock price. Beijing unleashed its $1.3 trillion sovereign wealth fund, while the central bank promised emergency support to prevent total collapse across the mainland's $10 trillion market. Zushi analyst Zhongtai Securities saying these buybacks can be effective in containing the spread of panic and reducing the stampede in the market. China's answer to Trump: red screens and state-directed buybacks. Source: South China Morning Post. That was 24 hours after the yuan slid to its weakest level since 2007. It was wild. It's wild. Yeah, Chinese markets be burning trillions. Damn. Stock futures dip as tariff concerns continue to persist. Stock futures dipped Thursday night as investors wrapped up a volatile week. S&P 500 futures slid 0.8%, NASDAQ 100 futures dropped 0.9%, and Dow futures fell 277 points, or 0.7%. Tariff fears linger after Trump temporarily slashed country-specific duties to a universal 10%, with China facing a steep 145% raise. Thursday's losses came after a big gain on Wednesday when Trump announced a 90-day reprieve on certain tariffs. Yep, they did. All right, there's phase. Okay, get out of there. All right, yep, visit El Salvador. Cool beans. Max Street's back. All right. President Trump signs resolution overturning IRS crypto rule targeting DeFi. Can we go over that? I do have a lot of things I should go over. Let's do that. Trump signs resolution to repeal controversial IRS crypto rule finalized under Biden, says lawmaker. President Trump signed a resolution to repeal a controversial crypto tax rule finalized toward the end of the Biden administration, according to a lawmaker introduced that measure. Trump signed the resolution on Thursday, which was expected given that the White House had signaled its support and called the measure a midnight regulation in the final days of the previous administration. Earlier this year, Republican Senator Ted Cruz of Texas and Rep. Mike Carey of Ohio introduced a joint resolution to overturn the Internal Revenue Service rule, which was completed in December. The rule set requirements for custodial brokers around collecting and reporting user data to the tax agency. Carey said he attended the signing on Thursday, said it was the first real crypto bill ever signed into law. By repealing this misguided rule, President Trump and Congress have given the IRS an opportunity to return its focus to the duties and obligations it already owes to American taxpayers instead of creating a new series of bureaucratic hurdles, Carey said in a statement. Senate voted in March to overturn the rule, followed by the House, and it went back to the Senate one more time because it was tied to a budget provision. The votes did garner Democratic support, including from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, though most support stemmed from Republicans. Trump's signature officially puts an end to the IRS broker rulemaking, said the DeFi Education Fund's executive director, Amanda Tuminelli, in a statement. DeFi Education Fund commends all members of Congress who supported this resolution, recognizing the importance of protecting software developers and promoting the development of decentralized technologies, Tuminelli said. President Trump's signature is a critical signal change for the crypto industry. The United States has embraced a sensible, forward-thinking approach to digital assets. Let's go. The rule would have required decentralized finance industry participants to operate like traditional security brokers, mandating that they collect and report user trading data. The rule would also have obligated them to issue 1099s to return to customers, reporting non-employment income such as gambling winnings, rents, and royalties. This is nuts. According to the U.S. Treasury Department, the finalized rule applied to front-end service providers that interact directly with customers, indicating that it targeted entities running the primary website, accessing a decentralized protocol rather than the protocol itself. Nuts. There's something from Yahoo Finance, which I probably should read, but we're already an hour 47 into this. Let's go further on X. What? DiGiorno? Are these pizzas made in China? Why would he say that? There's a guy named Josh Roomsberg saying, damn, DiGiorno, are these pizzas made in China? I think it's because they were $9 per pizza. Had to go for that Little Caesars, made in America. No inflationary pricing, no tariffs. Love that. Wen Lopez says, may all your sacrifices, sleepless nights, and hard work pay off someday. Let's go give her some fire. Straight fire. Love that Wen. Love that Wen Lopez. She's awesome. Greyhound Groot says, stacking baseball bats, VeVe style. Oh my God. That is a ton of baseball bats, but all for the love of the Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn he's got there. The flex to have that Harley. And Brown says, Tory has been the most consistent, and I don't know what that is. Greg Gutfield on Tim Waltz and Elon. One guy shoots his mouth off, the other shoots rockets into space. It's a contrast in men, Musk versus Waltz. One's a drama queen, the other builds. One shoots off his mouth, the other shoots rockets that land. One mocks risk takers, the other helps the paralyzed walk. Theater kid versus theater builder. Wow, that is an amazing comparison. Vendra Gohill, love him. All the what? Okay, hold on. I can't even. I got if give me a second here. Dude saying I have all the trauma of being a Hispanic, but none of the culture. If you're are they Jewish? They have the Star of David in the back. If you're Hispanic, be Hispanic. If you're Jewish, be Jewish. If you're white, be white. It's all good. Like everyone's special in their own way. You don't have to try to. Oh God, this is wild. Anyway, Trump to sign first ever crypto bill. DeFi broker rule is dead. Senate just crushed the. Okay, I think I just went over that. It'll be eye-opening when Tesla opens in the Middle East, and there are fewer terrorist attacks than there are in Colorado. God damn, that is a good freaking line there. That is a good line. We got a new comment over here. And he's exporting shambles. Crazy Dan 420 with being a member. Thank you so much. Saying yo yo yo. Hey hey hey. Thank you so much. Meow meow meow. Love you, Crazy Dan 420. Keep it real. Believes Crypto says, could XRP be a life-changing crypto? It used to be. I don't know about now. China's practiced invasion of Taiwan surges 300%. China's military isn't just drilling anymore. They're conducting full rehearsals around Taiwan while America's Pacific commander admits Beijing's aggression has tripled against a backdrop of fading U.S. capabilities. As Chinese factories turn out fighters, missiles, and warships at rates America can't match, Pentagon experts are sounding alarms about the shifting military balance that threatens Taiwan's future. Beijing actions signal not just intimidation, but preparation, forcing a rethink of Pacific defense posture. Yeah, why do they? I mean, I know why. Maybe that'll be part of the tariffs. Trump gets them out of the South China Sea. You know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. One day. Kid Arcade says Mona Lisa, Elmon X official, is better than the partner statue on VeVe. Says he's not sorry. And it's a poll. Is the Mona Lisa better? Is the partner statue better? Is it both or neither? And Miles Morales is better. I want to say partner statue on VeVe, and it's actually a lot closer than I thought. I thought partner statue would blow them all out of the water, but it's at 43%, and Mona Lisa is at 36%. So that's very close. Now, people that say both are 7%, but people that say neither and Miles Morales is better is another 14%. That is wild. Miss Becco says, what's the best way to get Elmon pieces now, kid? Do you have a referral code if I purchase something? Being real with you says, hey, Miss Gecko, if you have a wallet, I can send you an Elmon X masterpiece. DM me. Would love to start you off with one. Miss Gecko says, wow, that is so generous of you. I'm speechless. Will DM you. Being real within is just such an amazing, awesome person. That's dope. Being real with you, everyone needs to have an Elmon X gallery. Hope you'll cherish the piece I send. Will send when I get your DM. That is so cool. Nancy Mace, being Nancy Mace, love her. Hopefully we get her on the podcast. So Nancy Mace did decide to go on and follow me the other day. So I'm really I sent her a DM. She said, reach us at press@nancymace.org. I don't know if I did. I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't though. Let's do press@nancymace.org. Oh, I did. March 19th says good. Good evening. My name is Randy Chavez. Big fan. Great to connect. I interview a ton of CEOs, stars, and politicians on the channel. I'd love it if you'd be able to come on for an interview. When would this be possible? That was a few weeks ago. Maybe they filter that for like podcast requests, but either way, we'd love to get her on. Vivek Ramaswamy says some friendly competition between the states isn't bad. That's what federalism is all about. Oh my God, bro. So I saw this before. This woman is using a VR headset to paint her living room. I repeat, she's using a VR headset to go in and pick out the contour and paint her living room. It is nuts. It is one of the coolest things that I've seen. Got math over there. I didn't look at the end product, but I imagine it's something that's pretty cool. Dude, that is so wild. I just God, that is the future. Future. I feel like Squidward, where it's like future. Who's this guy? I have no idea who he is. Deep research achieved 78% on the browse competition. Okay, I don't think it's not even gonna be there. Go to AI here. OpenAI is open sourcing browsing competition, a new challenging benchmark designed to test how well AI agents can browse the internet to find hard to locate information. It's like an online scavenger hunt, but for browsing agents. That's actually pretty cool. Most famous countries in the USA, meaning like what countries are known by Americans who are typically not good at geography. And we can get obviously Australia, South America, North America, even Asia and Europe, but parts of the Middle East and part of Africa are not really well known by Americans. Yeah, there's some that just not a lot at all. Interesting. Let's do Mario Nawful says UK allies send 580 million more in weapons to Ukraine ahead of peace talks. Interesting. Britain just dropped 450 million from its defense coffers to arm Ukraine with radar systems, anti-tank mines, and hundreds of thousands of drones, with Norway picking up the rest of the tab. UK Defense Minister Healy met with German counterpart Pistorius in Brussels, coordinating the latest weapons dump to strengthen Kiev's hand, both on the battlefield at any future peace talks. Timing signals Western determination to ensure Ukraine negotiates from strength, not desperation. It's fair. Vivek Ramaswamy says our diversity isn't in strength. Our strength is what unites us across our diversity. Had a friendly debate with a protester tonight about it. It's cool. Good for him. Talking about voter ID. Yeah, you need ID, bro. You need ID. Government, Elon Musk, Lovelace, Potsy Weber is real life Cupid. It's awesome. I think that let's go another 5 minutes here. We'll do another 5 minutes because I want to get to the 2-hour mark. Let's go to my For You page and see what's going on there before I do. Take a drink of protein. Shout out to VeVe Magic, says recently celebrated my 4-year VeVe-versary. Also recently hit over 2 million MCP, and today I made it 3/4 of the way to level 100. Such a great day. Congrats. Love the Magic. She's such a great woman. She's such a great VeVe asset. We love her. She's amazing. Criplo says the cat moves in silence, but some of you still hear it. The faint sound in the shadows, the purr before the pounce. Activity check, not for the loud, not for the crowd, just for the ones who know. Drop a sign if you're still with the echo. $sign daCAT. I'll give him some smiley faces. Oh, yeah. Anyone else chest hurting? No, not it. Just me. Presley.eat says back to dipping. Hodl and buy. Way down we go, go, go. Bill Gardner saying the Inca did build part of this. Inca construction can be seen in the top center as a fill spot. The rest is precision polygonal megalithic construction. Sacsayhuaman is also the shape of panther head, which can only be viewed from above. History is not what we have been told. So I guess that's what you see from the side, and that is very, very large. And then I guess that is what you see from the top. Oh yeah, I do see a panther head. Oh, what the fudge? Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's the head up there. And then is that a 1, 2, 3? That's like a 10-sided. Okay. There's a river and a street, top boundary and back. There's the oh my god, there's genitals in there. That is okay. All right, we're gonna continue on. The confluence of 2 rivers, the bottom boundary, the main plaza heart. I mean, I see the head. The other stuff's a little. I mean, the genitals really. I don't know. I don't know, Bill Gardner. What? I'm still gonna like it because it's so cool as heck. But that is cool. I got to dig into that. Swampy number 5 saying, "Yo, what up, Swampy?" Oh god, hiccups. Oh god, it's a good day. And then we're ready to die. Sorry, I'm gonna fight for the weak. We're gonna make them believe we're gonna hero. All right, I don't know what is. I'm having chest pains. I'm not feeling good, but I will persist. The horrors persist. Yet so do I. Kai's. I don't know. Black people saying Austin Metcalf got what he deserved. Well, what is? Anthony killed him. What are we doing, bro? What is going on? I don't even want to touch that thing. Hesi.base says Base is not just growing, it's exploding in the crypto ecosystem, yet remains underappreciated. With the momentum we're seeing, the sky's the limit. Bullish on Base. I'm going to give him some hearts there because I love that. My back. Wow, bro. This when you see this tree, what do you see? I mean, you also like from that. Leopard's got some really cool camouflage, don't it? Don't it? Don't it? Animals are so awesome. Picture perfect. I said more than a collecting music. Yo, bro, look at Max's face. Look at his like. That's so cool. Dr. Rhonda Patrick says, a modified form of intermittent fasting reduced body weight by 8% and improved body composition and insulin sensitivity over 1 year, outperforming daily calorie restriction. A new randomized controlled trial compared a regimen of 4 to 3 intermittent fasting, cutting calories by 80% on 3 non-consecutive days a week with standard daily calorie restriction over a full year. Wait, hold on. Cutting calories by 80%. How do you do that? No, I'm not having 400 calories, and that's by 2,000. I'm more than that. Modified fasting led to 3% greater weight loss than daily calorie restriction, reducing body weight by 77.7 kgs compared to 4.8 kgs. Fat mass also dropped notably more with modified fasting, 15% versus 10% reduction. In addition, fasting reduced BMI by 2.7 points compared to a 1.7 point reduction with daily calorie restriction. Oh, okay, I see what they mean here. Fasting improved insulin sensitivity nearly twofold more than daily calorie restriction. No meaningful differences emerged in blood pressure or total cholesterol. While I'm more skeptical of chronic long-term dietary restriction for meaningful life extension, as one of a number of tools for ameliorating metabolic disorders, it may still have a place. This is cool. I'd love to get you on the podcast to talk about it. Would this be possible? I'd love to get to Rhonda Pat. She's awesome. She's just amazing. We love her. Dom Bullish Easy A says this is what a 37-year-old in crypto looks like. I'm not gonna lie. A week ago, he looked better than me. Now I feel like I've shaved a little bit, and you can see more of my face, and I don't look too terrible. There's not really a bunch of lines over there. So, but yeah, crypto be rough. Gina says, how many mermaids and stingrays do you see? All right, let's quote here. I don't know if I see any stingrays. I don't know if I see any mermaids. Oh, I see one mermaid. Okay, 2 stingrays. I think that's what, yeah, right? The mermaid and then the 2 stingrays down there. Does she count herself as a mermaid? One mermaid with 2 stingrays? Unless you also identify as a mermaid, in which case 2 mermaids. Just showed this to my chat. Comics and Crypto says today's top 3 comics on Fanable app dropped today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how they did. I think they sold out, though. Nayib Bukele says, though you're telling me that men can just do things. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, has taken the country from level 4 on the U.S. State Department travel advisory rating to level 1 in just 5 years. The country is now considered one of the world's safest tourism destinations, beating countries such as Sweden, France, and Germany. That is nuts. And Nayib Bukele says, so you're telling me you can just do things? And yes, he can. Yes, he did. We have Donnie Please says, hey, Shiro, it's a Green Wall Challenge time. It's a YouTube party. Oh, my God. There's a Trump anime? Trump the app. Oh, my God. Oh, no, it's not. It's somebody made it with AI. That is hysterical, though. First appearance of Dr. Stasis. These X-Men are fearless. Good for you, VeVe. Get that bread. Jill Schreiner, wife of Weezer's Scott Schreiner, shot by cops and charged with attempted murder during a hit-and-run suspect chase in Eagle Rock, California. Hold the freaking phone. Jill Schreiner, wife of Weezer's Scott Schreiner, shot by cops and charged with attempted murder during a hit-and-run suspect chase in Eagle Rock, California. God damn. It's sad. She was pretty, too. Not that I would be less sympathetic for an ugly person. I guess I would be. I don't know. Million.base.e says, discover the dynamic vision of songbirds on the first plots of the million-bit homepage, thanks to Dry Tortuga. And you see a little bit of OMI. Okay, you missed the OMI. Hang on, I'll get you the OMI in 3. Hey, there's the OMI. You missed it. Designer work. It's awesome. Debi Exchange says, DEVVE isn't just a token. It's the key They're earning from the DEVVE exchange ecosystem. Contribute it, power liquidity, earn your rewards. Link down below. You can earn from trading, referrals, lending, and more. Real utility, real revenue. DEVVE exchange is coming to change the face of asset trading. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. Na 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 na. Raven 100 says my grandpa would have been 100 today. He will always be my favorite superhero. Is your grandpa the Hulk? Was your grandpa Stan Lee? Wait, hold on. Who the heck is Raven 100? Raven 100 is co-host of VeVe Radio every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube and Xmod in the VeVe official Discord. I thought her grandpa was Stan Lee for a second. I was like, oh, well, you know, he likes the Hulk. That's awesome. Let me give a couple of hearts there. It's an incredible Hulk number. Damn, she has 55 of these. Damn, 55 of those is pretty nice. Libs of TikTok saying a masked cat ear wearing leftist throws a drink in the face of Tafarana. I don't know what that name is. Oh, Topher, U.S. Air Force veteran. Nice. During a T Pusa event after she was asked a question. Man, why do they always resort to violence? Crypto Cosmo re-quoting Dr. Profit's tweet saying big launch. This is who did what? I don't understand. Someone is just like, just in case this is who did it, but who is that? I don't know who that is. It's Anthony Cumia, old dude that used to be a military pilot. I don't care what color he is. Yep, same. Old dude used to be a military pilot, completely different. Paris Hilton says it's been 3 months since the LA wildfires, but families are still living in shelters and trying to rebuild. I'm matching donations to core response up to 50,000 starting today. Please donate if you can. Every dollar helps. Like I did a marathon stream in January where the proceeds went to at First Responders Children's Foundation. I'd love it if you could collab with me on the next one. Let's get this charity bread. Randy, heart. Give her some hearts over here. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Jake the Crypto Snake. That is a great name. It's like, I just won 250 tile property in Earth 2 IO. Let's go. Huge updates coming for 2025. This will be the best metaverse, says Jake the Crypto Snake. And you know what? Maybe it can be. Earth 2 is, I'm very, very bullish on it. And even Crypto Rain, where he admits he was wrong, he says, I didn't think Earth 2 would make it past the bear. But they did. They have hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of viewers over on their videos. And like Obama in 08, yes, we can. Like 07. Oh, wait, yeah. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is terminating $5.1 billion worth of non-essential contracts and services, concluding contracts for DEI and COVID response. We are committed to rooting out DEI. That's wild. Jan Collect says, VeVe Fam, new interview dropping tomorrow with a super interesting guest, someone who knows a ton about comics and crypto. Who could it be? I wonder. You don't want to miss it. Check out my channel. He's awesome. We love comics and crypto. We love Sean. Gold hit a new all-time high. That's nuts. Donald Trump Jr. says inflation drops 2.4% the month of March, lower than expected 2.5%, and the core CPI inflation falls below 3%, the lowest since March of 2021. Promises made, promises kept. Can we get a freaking rate cut, please? Can we get a rate cut, please? For the love of all that is holy, my brother in Christ. Can we get a rate cut? Can I get a napkin heard? All right, that if anyone were to ever get that reference, I don't know what I would give them. Department of Government Efficiency. California, New York, and Massachusetts accounted for the most of these improper claims, only 305 million. Or a survey of unemployment insurance claims in 2020 revealing there's so many. There's, oh my God, New York's a shithole. AJ Debi says, remember missing out on early Bybit referrals? Yeah, your friend's still flexing that passive income. This is your second chance. DEVVE exchange is launching soon, second half of the year. Early adopters are going to win big. Why join now? Early access equals early rewards. Exclusive referral campaigns with the highest commission rates. Shape the future of the world's first hybrid exchange, where you'll be able to trade just anything. Every raffle program with prizes. This isn't just another platform. It's your exchange, built with the DEVVE power from day one. The later you wait, the more you'll wish you clicked sooner. Join the movement now. Don't say I almost joined a few months from now. Link down below in the description box, and you could potentially have life-changing money from that. Residual income. Let's see what it gets you, because it gets you a bit. What does it get you? Let's go. Does the DEVVE exchange have it? I think I should have it in my. Maybe I don't. I could have sworn I had it in my screenshots. But let's go to DEVVE and actually see what what these rewards are, because it's a good amount of rewards. I think it's from the DEVVE exchange. BWI, blah, 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 Paris Blockchain Week. Trying to find out because you get rewards. Okay, so sign up early, secure your place in amazing prize raffles, generate custom referral link. Okay, but the referral details. I could have. You can get up to like $5,000 in DEVVE. I don't. I'm not seeing where. I mean, obviously you have T0 settlement time, true self-custody, fully compliant, no omnibus wallets, built on DEVVE with 8 million transactions per second, integrated fraud and theft and loss protection. But there's no, I could have sworn that if you went and did it, okay, yes, you can get in the raffle. So I'll go and show you how many raffle tickets I have. I think I can show you how many raffle tickets I have. I think I can go to inventory, DEVVE. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm tripping over here. Count. Got to change password. No. Home. Splitcraft. There's that. Oh, man, what the fudge? Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, why are you making me sign in? This is so stupid. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold on. I am going to do this for y'all. I hate it when people sign you out of stuff. No, I don't need to sign up. I just need to sign in. No, I already have an account. Okay. There. Do that. And I'm going to, okay. So after you do some of the tasks that they give you, which are very easy, I have 900 XP. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that does. I have 55 raffle tickets and 1 founder's pack. Again, no idea what that is, but I have 55 raffle tickets. What are the raffle tickets for? A Genesis NFT, which is currently worth $10,000. You could win $5,000 in DEVVE. You could win a PlayStation 5. I repeat, if you sign up for the exchange and do some of the things that it asks you to do, like follow them on, like join the Telegram, follow them on X, whatever, you could win a PlayStation 5. If you don't care about $5,000 worth of DEVVE, or if you don't care about a Genesis NFT, which is worth $10,000, do it for the PS5, man. And then you can get DEVVE swag and more. You get shirts, hats, like merch, merch, swag, which is fine. I feel like not many people's going to care about merch, although I'd like a DEVVE shirt, DEVVE hat, wristband. But a Genesis NFT worth $10,000, pretty sweet. $5,000 in DEVVE, also really freaking sweet. But a PS5, like, come on, like, there's no reason not to try. Paris Blockchain Week, again, link down below. Paris Blockchain Week bonus ends April 13th. If you sign up by April 13th, you'll also get the Founders Pack, our most exclusive early reward tier. It includes a devise engagement booster, which increases your reward share, a rare Lit Squad collectible token, AMA access with the founder, Tom Anderson, an early bird OG badge for your DEVVE exchange profile. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the sound of that. I really like that a lot. I feel like that Bev's dad from It. I like it a lot better. What did he say? Like, oh God, I gotta rewatch that TV miniseries. It. I worry a lot, Bev. That's what he says. Now, whether you're here to trade or earn from your assets or build your network, this is the chance to get in early and grow with us. We are just getting started. So the link down below to go to sign up for the DEVVE exchange. Okay. Anyway, I should probably go and like freaking go and retweet that. That's going to be it for me today. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. What should the... All right, outro. First, everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. Ja suma, menos na, ja suma.